all-new podcast network. 4 shows, 4 hosts, one powerhouse of paranormal and cryptid entertainment all week long. Ghost Cats and Cryptids, joining the Banter with Richie B Podcast Network every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join researcher Jean Tewksbury as she dives into the world of mountain lions, the elusive predators known as ghost cats. Jean also explores cryptids, separating fact from folklore and asking the questions others won't. Kick off your week on Tuesdays with the one and only Wojo, host of Home of the Boom. He's diving deep into the world of cryptids, Bigfoot, and the mysteries that shake the woods. Interviews, investigations, and the loudest boom in the cryptid community. Every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fridays get a little darker and a whole lot prettier. Join Sam from Sam's Pretty Paranormal, where makeup meets the macabre. It's Sam After Dark, spooky storytelling, and her fan favorite segment, Cooking for the Dead. Tune in every Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for glam, goosebumps, and all things ghoulish. And every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the flagship show returns. Banter with Richie B live, featuring Richie B and Wojo. From updates to investigations to wild discussions, this is the core of the network. Raw, real, and always unpredictable. Spend your Saturday evenings with the duo that started it all. 4 nights of content, 4 incredible hosts, cryptids, ghosts, glam, stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. This is the Banter with Richie B Podcast Network.
for all being on here. And remember, we are home of the extra go. What's up, everybody? I'm the Wojo. Welcome to Home of the Boom. Sorry for this little brightness behind me. God is on my side. So, guys, I'd like to say that we are a interactive podcast. Welcome to the Banter with Richie B Podcast Network. Um, we are on uh, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Hey, Tim. Um, we are also on Dark Realm TV, where fear lives, HLO Media, and Media Squatch. So thank you all for being on here. Um, and just a reminder that we, as podcasters, we come here with honesty, trustworthy, and with respect. Um, that we don't share any ego whatsoever. Um, and you value to your opinions, but let's keep it respectful and respectful in the chat room and respectful to others. Um, what's going on, Johnny? So, guys, real quick, okay? I ran two shows, and there's been two disturbances that I have to address because I haven't been able to speak my mind. Okay. Um, I and by the way, I want to thank Sam's Pretty Paranormal stepping in as my co-host. And as Richie takes his break because he's got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of work, and what have you. Um, yes, BMO Richie is the man, and I want to speak about the man. Okay, that Richie brought us here together as podcasters. Um, watching Richie at the very beginning and then asking what's going on. He's like, "Yeah, I got Bigfoot in my backyard," and then been going out with Richie ever since. Hey, Wes. Hey, Donna. Um, and so from then, I became his co-host. And in time, that I knew what was going on. We became like best of friends, and we've become, a good team researching. That's what we do. That's the bread and butter. And we take pride in bringing this community together. Um, that we show love and respect to all. Okay. Hey, Tyler, roller dog. Um, but also, too, guys, I'm going to tell you a quick story, and then I have my guest to come on. And I will say this, okay? Sparky, gentleman came on, and Richie was talking, and he decided to put up that Richie stuff is cool, but I'm here to hear what Sam has to say because it's her show. Okay. Well, first of all, it wasn't her show, but anyways, they butt heads in the past, and they butt heads for a reason. And that's because you don't come onto our network and our show that you want things your way, and you're not throwing your opinions. You're just throwing your input to others, and making up stuff, and it's just not cool. Okay. Um, Look, I respect Sparky, okay, as the man, but I think he forgets too. Okay. Who was the first person that was there when we first got notice about your heart attack? Richie. Richie, you know, being the man that he is, he felt bad, and you know what? Nobody wishes bad upon people. Richie was there, but no, he's the bad guy. Okay. And then you throw on a video, and then you started wham about me and about the network and whatever. Let me tell you something. We have never, ever, ever go on anybody's show or anybody's podcast platform, you name it, and despise them and say, you're this, you're this, you're this. No, I'm sorry. We're better than that. We show nothing but love and respect to everybody in this chat room and around everywhere. Richie B is the one that stands out the most. That, you know what? Ella's Army, posting the Ella's Army. People that needed subscriptions for their shows and links. Richie's right there, but no, he's the bad guy. On the side, we both reach out to others in the chat room and throughout everywhere just to check on you, make sure everything's okay, making sure, you know what? How's your mom? How's your dad? We heard you're sick. Who was there? Me and Richie. But no, Richie's the bad guy. Let me tell you something. Richie is not a bad guy, and he has no ego. He may come brass to you because that's the reason why is because he's here to protect his friends, this network, because we said from the very beginning that we don't come here for drama. We come here with respect. And if you can't accept that, then just leave. That's all. And it. All I'm saying is that life is too short, guys. And we're not gonna like fall completely for everyone's bait. All right. Now you want to know a little bit about Wojo? Well, this is my first time speaking out, and I hate like doing this on social media on this. Okay. I helped out somebody here in this chat room. Okay. Um, that I reached out and tried to help her. I try to help her, have a new life. Okay. So I did it financially. Okay. And thinking that I'm trying to be that good Christian, not to see people fall on their face. People deserve second chances. People deserve to be respected and loved. I gave all that, but I also gave away a lot of money. And I never thought I'd be bringing this up. But now, like some of you have reached out to me and says, "Whoa, Joe, you're not the same person lately. What's up?" And I just kept it to myself. I kept it from Richie. I kept it from Sam for the longest time because I'm embarrassed because of my position. Okay. So hurting and everything financially. But you know what? I'm the bad guy too, I guess, because this person lied to me, deceived me, So that's why I just keep a smile on my face. I continue to be on here to give you guys, having the best time, guys. Bunch of laughs, show you and share the research. That's what this is all about because you guys are the researchers too, and you guys are family. But some people chose to go the other direction, and I'm sorry that you know you may think we're this and that. Well, that's then you know what? Then don't show up. Okay. Um, we don't go on other people's shows and have disruptions and things like that because I'll tell you, Richie works damn hard to keep it the way it is. He's a man's man. I'll take 100 Richies over one Sparky because you know what? To act like that, you know what? I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that he's had, health issues, and I still pray for him today. But I just wish it's just, just walk away, you know, because we didn't ask for any of this. We're not here for, glory. We're not here for clicks and views. And as some people say, you know what? You, you guys are making enemies. Well, you know what? I think the enemies are within yourself because we're the ones spreading the seeds, and this is why we bring these all together and on this nice spiritual journey because you guys are nothing but beautiful people, and I just want you to know, thank you so much, and I love you guys because this is the last time I'll ever talk like this again, and I'm holding back a lot of anger, and a lot of pride because I took it in the seat, you know financially. But besides that, let's bring Sam on, and I want to bring our guest on, and let's say hi to the chat room. And you know what? Ignore the noise. Let's
Yeah,
move forward. And as Richie will say, keep climbing. That's what we do.
that's
Oh,
right. That's right. That's right. Do you want to bring Ernie up?
um, um, yeah, bring Ernie up. I'm sorry,
Okay.
JJ's having a little. little technical difficulties.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
All
he's
right.
on an old computer.
Oh
did
no,
you did,
JJ.
did you ask Wojo if you wanted to bring me up? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, the doctor said I'm not going to get any bigger, so you can't bring me up anymore. I'm already I'm already big.
Oh
Okay.
no,
But
Randy.
we can play. We can role play a little bit if you want.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right. So you know what? Let's have a hell of a show, guys. And
Yeah.
Sam, who's the first person that popped in today?
Oh boy, go all the way to the top. Roller dog.
Roller Dog.
Roller dog.
Oh
Well,
my God, the
I don't
gas station
know.
must have been open early for him.
Mm-hmm.
Great to
So
see you, Tyler. We love you, man.
yeah, it's good to see
Remember
you.
that.
We've been talking in the chat. He got some really good food at Chipotle.
Oh,
Ooh.
We got Carlozzi in the house.
Hey, Carlozzi.
And
Gene.
Cryptid Fest, I hope I get this right. September 13th, Saturday the 13th, I hope. If you want to post that up, Carlozzi, that'd be great because you know it. We need to get that out there. That's going to be that. In Raina, Mass, Cryptid Fest, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we have a lot of good people down there.
yeah, and then we have Bryce Edwards. Hey,
Bryce
Bryce.
Edwards. Yes. Yeah, he's got
Kurt
some cool
Andrew.
t-shirts.
Yeah, I seen his T-shirt post on Facebook. He said they're going to be coming soon. So if you want to grab a T-shirt with his documentary, just shoot him a message. I'm sure he could.
Yeah, have a shirt like this, buddy. The Ernie
Yeah,
Davio
the Ernie
collection.
Davio collection.
What?
And that was not on purpose, by the way, either.
You just happen to wear. Let's see. Now we got Big Daddy Andy up in here.
Oh, do I have to put this on?
What?
William, Tyler.
Yeah,
A
got.
whole bunch
Oh
of
yeah,
names.
William Nighthawk, Tyler,
Yeah,
Jenny,
Kurt.
Hey, William. Hey, Ben.
Jason.
Ben 15, Kurt
Ben
W.
15's here.
Yeah.
Kurt W, my man.
Ron is in the house.
Rockin' Ron. The
Bebo.
Badu is in the house.
Yeah.
Jason Finch.
Jason Finch.
Pinchy. Yep.
Yeah.
And of
General
course,
Tidbits.
yep.
Yep.
And the one, the only BMO creative.
BMO.
This guy, I'll tell you, will
Donna.
blow your mind, Ernie.
Yep. Donna Copus, Ohio.
Yes.
I know who your real name is, so hello, Ohio.
Ohio.
Hey, Ohio. Denny O.
Hey, Denio, I'm going to be in the dark a little bit. I don't know, this light. Maybe I should switch
Wojo.
up. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm all like wired up. I had a monster, so kind of like Richie having his rock star. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have a
Yeah.
monster. And the monster's just like, "Rrr."
Oh.
Ecstasy.
Yep. That's
Yeah, that is Ron.
Zoom
and
Dragon.
Z Sun Dragon. We love Z Sun Dragon.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
supporter. Wes Whitman.
Tim Vogel.
Tim Vogel in the house. Okay.
Oh, Pony Boy himself.
Danny.
Denny O. Carl Seelig. Is that how you say
Yeah, Captain Kyle. Captain Kyle. He's from the Connecticut Bigfoot.
Yeah. He's in the house.
BMO Creative.
Steve White, all the way from Oklahoma City. Thank you, brother. We appreciate
Ooh,
you.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Yeah, lots
lot of
happening in Oklahoma.
Yep.
Oh,
Plus
yeah.
the D and
Yeah.
the Hoot.
Is D Hoot here?
Miss D Hoot is in the house, the sheriff.
It's good to see D Hoot and Dee Dee. We got Dee Dee.
Miss Dee Dee. I love. Like she's coming out with some like short clips. Love them. You look great, by the way.
The man is letting us know that his
Yeah.
son has a game right now, and he says hello to everyone.
Nice.
Banter
All
himself.
right, Richie.
Our brother.
Yep.
Love you, man.
Poncho, Bounty Hunting Bear.
Oh, Bounty, Poncho. This is great. Ohio
got 'em all.
Bigfoot, Tim Gayheart. Yeah, I think we got
We
she's
got
all.
them all. Yep. Except JJ.
Yeah, JJ had I guess he couldn't. I don't know. I guess it just couldn't take up all that space or whatever. Oh, Miss Mary Newbert just popped in. Hello, mwah, Mary. Um,
Yep.
so he's going to try an old computer. So, Martin's in the house. Hey, Martin. Hey, Johnny
Martin!
Tampolin. Many blessings, my friend. So, Ernie,
Yeah.
so me and Richie, we went out the other day, which is great, by the way. It's always great to get out in the woods and just, you know what, USA. It's
Yeah.
great to be out there and see what's going on. And we went to Richie's place, and
Mm,
what's funny is that I'm waiting for Richie, and right off the bat, two whoops, two different directions, and that was a great start of the investigation. To hear that, and so Richie showed up, and then the minute we started walking in the woods, it was just like finding these like cool, these cool tree structures that we're finding.
Yeah.
Let me see if Sam, you know what? Why don't we just throw a couple right now?
yeah. Do you know which one?
Sam's not Wojo.
Yeah. So I had your name up for a long time. I didn't even know. Um.
Imposters.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
work.
know,
I'm
right?
gonna work right with Ernie on that one, Rich. 'Cause I'm looking forward to this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
um. So do you know which? Do you want me to just pick a
Um,
photo?
yeah, let's just like pick photos, and then
Okay.
nothing that's near water yet.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let me get.
Yeah, Tyler, we mean you have to meet me, and you have to email me at Wojo 205 Wojo 205 on Gmail. Yeah. So let me see. So
Is that one good for you, Wojo? Let me slide us this way. Is that better?
yeah. So to the right, okay, is broken. The tree's broken off. But if you look by where Richie is, there's actually um, four different spots where it was broken, and then you can see it over the left side of Richie hanging up, you know, with other
Yeah.
arches and stuff like that. These are like newer structures now that as we're walking in the woods to start out the investigation. Um, that Rock and Richie, the Wooster Rooster, yes. Yeah, so we've been coming out with some like different structures, and it's funny. Yeah, I can't wait when Richie comes back because that day we get the big screen because it'll come out much nicer. But if you guys can zoom in, you can actually see part of that tree hanging up there. And for it to break in four different spots, we found where Richie is, where the ferns are. Further in there was the skunk cabbage. We found some prints,
Oh,
muddy prints, which is good to see. So again, how do things like break into four pieces like that and just,
and get scattered.
miraculously? And Richie's like about 5'8", 5'9", and you just look at, the top of where that tree's where it's locked in with the arches, and you're talking about possibly about 12 feet up in the air. Um, yeah, try the next one, Sam.
Okay.
I'm trying to work my way of the investigation here
All
through
right.
Ernie.
I'm gonna try to remember the order that you had them in.
That's
It's a,
okay.
uh. Here's another one.
I think it's the one with the arch.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it that one? Oops.
Yeah, that was the same one. Yeah, because Richie
So
right
that's a
there was
different
pointing.
angle.
That was a different angle. Richie was pointing at one of the possible um, compressions that we found.
Right. Just snapped. It's just snapped. That's so crazy.
It's a solid tree. I mean, there's no danger
Mm-hmm.
for it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now
Hey,
I'll look at
MS
the
in the
art.
house.
Let me see.
While you're doing that, Steve White says this was interesting. I had a friend who is a park ranger here at Oklahoma Lake. And I asked her, has anybody ever reported any type of Bigfoot sightings while they were camping out? And she said, I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question. And I totally understood why. I don't think they can disclose that type of information. You want to answer that, Ernie?
Well, probably a couple of reasons. One of them might be the fact is some people might get all freaked out and they're going to lose a lot of the people going there and paying for the campsites.
Right.
Because they will, because there's a lot of stuff that's out there right now. That, one of them is somebody who was just supposedly killed by the Bigfoot and their body placed up against a tree. They were crushed and this and that. And so I just put it out there to them. I said, well, because I've dealt with this before and people don't know it, but yeah, we did have pictures. We had the medical report. We had two doctors check the medical reports, the injuries. There was one survivor. Okay. And there was a lot of claims being made and blah, blah, blah. And same thing with this one here, but I attack this one a different way. Produce evidence. Show me the pictures. Show me the ambulance report, because you didn't just find a body and there was no tracks around it. And if there were no tracks, I do know back when I was a kid, there is a case. Maybe someday I'll talk about with everybody, but um, I know that the ambulance is going to show up. Police are going to show up. They're going to mark it off. They're going to take pictures. There's going to be a medical report. And we got all that off of one case that happened years ago, and it involved a veteran and his brother. And the brother
Mhm.
survived, but the injuries were not conducive to uh, what he was claiming that it was. The injuries were a little bit different. And a forensic doctor, they can tell what
Mhm.
caused an injury or not. So when you have something like that, anyways, and people all of a sudden, because look what happened up in Ohio when they started saying, "Oh man, we got like about," I'm going to exaggerate here. Like, start off with one Bigfoot walking through the state of Ohio, and it was two, and it was three, and it was four, and it was 10, and it was 15. And
Yeah.
I was telling people, stand down, because now you're going to have mass hysteria. And that's what's going to happen in these campgrounds. You got one person that claims they did, and we don't know if they did until
Right.
we actually have that person interviewed by somebody who's really qualified to interview them. That's one thing that you spoke of in the beginning here about your honesty and your respect and everything, regardless of if we even think that the eyewitness may be a little off, we'll say, we're not going to um, hurt them mentally,
Mhm.
okay? Because there could be something wrong. We have to give them that respect, but we do know. So until we were to, if something happened in this Oklahoma State Park, until we were actually able to get an eyewitness and talk to the eyewitness, we know what to look for. Then we can compare it. So yes, that ranger is going to say there's a lot of reasons why we can't say that is, even if it's
Mhm.
absolutely true and they know for sure. You know, they don't want to
Right.
scare people away, and they don't want a million people showing up there and starting fires and destroying stay on the trails. You're not on the trails. You're risking your own lives going in there, particularly in Oklahoma. Okay, like down here in Kentucky, if you don't know what you're doing, these
Right.
people down here will tell you, stay out of the woods. Just stay out of the woods.
I mean,
Okay, you
BMO
really
makes a
have to
good point
understand.
too. Is forensic pathologists can tell you why somebody died, but sometimes they
Correct.
don't.
And if they don't want to
Exactly.
produce it, right, and if they don't want to produce the pictures like these people are doing, I'm not going to mention names. I asked them very nicely, and then I told them, I said, I don't like to jump conclusions, but if you make me jump conclusions, this is going to be my conclusion, that you're hoaxing the public right
Mhm.
here. So either produce the evidence, some of the evidence, so we can check it out. And we have well, actually more than one that I know of for sure. It happened in Ohio, actually, too, another case where they actually said they found a Bigfoot body. So no, you're not going to find them.
Right.
Okay, and if you did, it would be everywhere. Maybe if Big Brother didn't instantly step in. And I have talked to people who claim legitimately that they've shot them. I've had people break down. These are people with military backgrounds break down crying on what happened, what they seen with eyewitnesses. Do I believe them? Yeah. In that particular case, I did believe the guy, but that never made it to the public because I was
Right.
sworn to secrecy with the guy. I would never mention his name or anything, but it did happen, you
Right.
know, and it just wasn't right on what happened anyways. But
Right.
I can understand this, you know, a
Um,
situation like that. And I'm sure Tim would too.
yeah.
Tim
Stevie
Bogle. Yeah.
White. We also have a friend of ours, a dear friend. His name's Brian Terrell from Red Dirt Cryptids, and he's out of Oklahoma. You should check
Hmm.
him out too. He's a
Yeah.
good friend of ours, good researcher. He's got some good stuff of what's going on in the Oklahoma area. Um, MS, it's always great to see you. And yeah, Sasquatch usually gives a warning, tend to avoid people. Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
they obviously like mimic other animals or,
Right.
um, you know,
There's a lot of things they do. You know, they'll give you a
exactly.
warning. If you come on my property and you're uninvited, I'm going to give you a warning. I'm going to question you. I'm going to give you a warning. If you don't follow the warning, then I'm going to somehow, in a man's way, make it known a little bit stronger. And every time I do, I'm going to get a little bit stronger until finally there just may be a confrontation. And I'm just too old to be getting into confrontation, but because it'd be ugly. You know what I'm saying? I would,
I know, same here.
even if I won, they'd have to call me an ambulance.
Mm.
If you're so out of breath. I just want to say, Richie, I did read what you put on here about the sticks from your original investigation.
Yeah.
Just to let you
So
know that, because I know
we're
you're busy.
this is part of the investigation. You can put up the this is some of these structures we're finding, and I think there's one, Sam, that's got the arch, that it's got the
Yeah, so it's not
pine
this
tree.
one. The pictures are so tiny, it's hard to. Okay, you
Yeah,
said a pine tree.
there's like a little pine tree in the middle up above. That's
Okay,
okay. Yeah, you're doing a
let
great
me see
job.
if it's hard. They're tiny. They're really tiny. Is it? No, that's not it either. Okay, that's not
Yeah,
it
I
either.
mean, yeah, that was like a new X for us, and
Okay,
I thought that was cool.
it's, all right. Let me see. You said a pine tree in the middle.
While you're doing that,
Sorry, I'm getting
Z-Sun
all up in
says,
the camera
yeah,
because I can't
Sammy's like
hear.
goggles. Um, when I was living up country in Glencoe, New Brunswick, we saw three Bigfoot moving in the trees, 10 foot, 8 foot, and 5 foot. Thought it was like a family. There was a
Yeah.
translucency to them until they vanished. Yes. Um, yeah, I took this because of the arch, and again, it's just little X's to the lower left. Again, we just walked in the woods and we're just seeing this stuff. And as we're walking to these structures, and like I said, we didn't really walk that far, maybe like 60, 70 yards tops. And we're already getting whoops in the woods and these howls, high pitch. I can't explain it. Um, and if people watch the live, there was an arch that kind of crisscrossed, and they had, we'll find that picture, but there's a pine, and I have a staff that's like about 5'5", and I put it over my head, and I still couldn't touch it. So you're talking over, 12 feet, and then all of a sudden we had a knock, a loud one. Oop,
Oh,
bloop. Yep.
what was that?
So that was me. It just
Okay,
glitches.
okay.
But go ahead, Sam. You can go to
All
the
right,
next slide,
all
please.
right. Now, which one are we looking at this time? One.
Uh, I know it's tough for you because it's like the guess, but hey, it's okay.
Um, this one looks interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, that is probably one of the tightest arches I've seen. If you like zoom, if you guys zoomed in, like that was by the gifting. This is right by the gifting tree. This is something new. Um, and that X that you showed that you clicked off, that was also new, and that was like right where, um, not that far away from the gifting tree. So we're starting to get glyphs, and I think that's pretty cool.
It is.
Um,
One of the things that you guys have here, I just want everybody to understand something here, because some people say it's anecdotal or whatever the case may be. I just went through this today that people want to like downplay some of the things that other people are seeing and everything, and it's a good, strong possibility. But uh, the two guys that are really researching this area, they have a lot of evidence that they are there outside of footprints. Okay. Outside of handprints, they have communication going on there. They've earned that with them. So when they see something themselves, Wojo and Richie see something themselves, like for instance, this that wasn't there, like say yesterday or whatever. This is legit. This should be documented. This should be written down as research. This is something that I look for that they may have, that I may know somebody in another state that I don't speak of where certain things came from, and I don't put it out there on forums because I don't want anybody faking what's going on in any other area. Because some people that speak with me, they trust me, and that those are big words: respect, trust, honesty, loyalty. These are all the things that the forest people are looking for anyways. Okay, so we keep some of these things, call us a gatekeeper, whatever the case may be, but we can verify some of these things. Yes, and I have. We have something similar in Nebraska. We have it going on in Florida, and these people don't know the people that it's in Nebraska or Florida, but I do. I'm the key that they come through and tell me about this stuff, and then I compare them and I go, yeah, but you're all getting tracks around the area. You're getting other things around the area. You guys have been dealing with a form of communication for quite a while,
mm,
which validates, what's going on. Some things could be happening naturally. Yeah, could they copy some things that happen naturally? But what else do you have that's around that? And you guys are just loaded with things that are going on around you. Um, I can mention these people's names, like Steve and his wife, Shelly. I think it's Shelly. Sorry, Shelly, if it's wrong. The Stetzers, okay? They have them living on their property. All right. And so they share things with me that I can look and say, I've seen that before. The
mm,
exact same thing. You see where I'm going with that? So it's not just the fact that you guys are presenting something, that you have something for your viewers to look at because they're participating in this. They found it at the same time you've seen it too in real time. Okay, this
mm.
real stuff, just like that picture that you guys took and everything. That's the real McCoy right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Happened in
But
real time.
yeah, Z Sun Dragon, I totally agree. The trees definitely tell a story, like they're building something and claiming their space or making shelter or both. Again, everything's like a story. One thing I've never done is really look up, kind of like a spiritual of the arches. So that's something I gotta look that over. And Kurt says, all you really have in this world is your name and your word. Don't tarnish or put a stain on it. Exactly.
Right. Yep.
Um, D-Hoot, yeah, looks layers to me. This over and over and over that. Yeah, D-Hoot, like this is like I said, um, it was pouring out. We were walking away, and then we looked at this. I'm like, look, it was just like phenomenal. That's one of the I'm going to say that in diameter was probably about 5 inches. That tree that's in an arch, and I'll tell you right now, that thing is locked. And yeah, it's a pretty cool find. If you get Sam, do I have any? Yeah, let's just do one more picture. I think I
Okay.
have some. I think I have some audio too. I think.
Yeah, you got. Let me see.
Hey JJ,
This looks like you
Cool.
got three. Yeah, you got like three videos you sent, and then the pictures. Um, I gotta remember which picture I done clicked on.
that's okay. I'll help you out.
So I don't know if I.
Exactly. Yeah, Z. A lot of symbolism.
If I could use the Google Drive, I could see them better, but I can't. I can't use Google Drive. So I have to use my.
That's
We've done seen this one, I
yeah.
believe. So let me see what it
Tim
is.
Gay says, "Yeah, I keep some things. I research to know if some telling in their counter, then there's no doubt they've seen and encountered things. I don't know. They don't. They don't know. No. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. They
Sometimes,
don't.
yeah.
The witness doesn't really know, but
Mhm.
you know, particularly if you've seen them. You
Yeah.
know, and these things, all
Um,
these things, particularly like what you have.
now this is like now this X again was walking. It's like a trail away from the gifting area, and the gifting area is only 30, 40 yards away. It's like literally right there. And I think that they show an appreciation of 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 the gifting that we're doing. You know, Richie's got this like big flat rock. It's got all different like minerals in there. It's kind of cool. And also, it's like a bowl. And I did put a shiny rock in there, and we also put the zingers, the granola bar, and in the peanut butter jar, and it was all like within the perimeter now. But one thing I wish for Dehu that I took a picture. I wish I did. On the tree itself, there was a little hole, probably the size of a penny, and they grabbed the peanut butter cup and rolled it up and placed it in there. It was kind of something. But real quick, JJ, can you hear us? You there, buddy?
Bella.
Check your volume, JJ. Check your mic.
Yeah.
Scroll up, and you'll see your mic. You have to hit on that.
Yeah.
It's muted. More than likely, it's muted.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got him. I got him up, and I got him unmuted on this end. I don't know.
BMO. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Woven tree branches that are not truly woven are typically called wattle or pleaching.
Hmm.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, Steve, we covered the lids of the peanut butter jar. It was uh, right in front of the tree. Um, is there anything you have gifted that they didn't eat or use? No, just a one-time bounty that they didn't eat the peanut butter and they threw it behind the gifting tree. It goes down the hill to the creek, and they threw it in the creek. And we had to send Richie up there, and he was straddling the tree like he's bucking a horse, and gave him a stick, and he got it out of the water, and it wasn't, um, really touched. But now I think they got used to it, and you know, talking to Richie like off the air because he was losing um, his juice for his phone. Um, being in these part of the woods for some reason, it's good energy. And it's just like the other place, but it's much more calm. And the thing about these woods, I'm starting to think because of the whoops and the action, and you could hear little ones. I wonder if they're a different clan compared to, excuse me, compared to our other spot. But I don't know. I mean, it's just, you
Yeah, it
still
could
there,
be.
JJ?
I don't think he's there.
Because JJ's using audio, but I think he's having problems with his computer.
Yeah, because it's on our side, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I can have JJ back on next week. I mean,
Yeah.
he can still hang around. Just JJ's great dude, and
Yeah,
JJ Pelosi he's got some he's got a good relationship with his Bigfoots out in his area,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
and, and it's
Mhm.
funny that JJ and Ernie live, in the same town, but you guys had, different encounters in different areas, which is like incredible.
Yeah, pretty close. We actually, it's I forget how we actually hooked up. I don't know. It was after maybe somebody's show that I was on, and he told me where he was from and what he was experiencing there. And this wasn't just him. This was with his mom and his
Yeah.
dad, and there had been so many encounters there. So he decided to really dive in because he was into um, we'll say ghosts and stuff like that. Okay, and very heavy, very knowledgeable. He worked with the Warrens. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
so he even sparked my interest on what are we dealing with here, because if everybody's familiar with my encounter, I would imagine. So, of course, I was looking at flesh and blood because why would a ghost need to eat a deer? Why didn't they just poof themselves through a portal? I can only tell you what happened to me, what I seen, and everything. But it takes years and years, and what I needed to do was to really research myself and what I had in common with a lot of other people like Mr. Carey and people like that, Mr. Carpenter. What did we all have in common? And I did find a commonality between all of us. And every now and then, Wojo and Richie touch on it. The areas, how tranquil it is there. They are drawn to honesty, trustworthy, and anybody who's followed these paths that Richie Wojo can guide you down these paths now, anybody who's followed them have come up with the same thing going on. Other people will say, "Well, come on, no way." I'm telling you, this what Richie and Wojo and I went through. They took those baby steps. And I said, "This is going to keep progressing and progressing, and you're going to have this and this." Here you are. You got it. You actually got a picture of it, and now you're in a very spiritual place. You can see that when they open up this show, and you can
Mm.
see what they're doing and everything. I mean, it's most beautiful thing I've seen. You know, I grew up in the woods. I mean, that was weird. I was taught at a young age that, instead of going to church on Sunday, we're going to go to the cathedral in the woods. This is
Yeah.
cathedral in the woods. They want tranquility. They want peace. But I just want to add to what you were saying here about, what you believe in the clan or whatever. I prefer family because clan's bigger. But
Yep.
if you came over to visit me as my guest for the very first time visiting my house, or even if I came to visit you, I wouldn't be marching around your house,
Mm.
until I was invited. I'm looking at this
Right.
as an invitation, and that's the same thing. If JJ was on here, that him and I went through one time too, and it proved out to be true, is they didn't want him to cross a brook, so
Right.
JJ took that opportunity and sat down by that brook right where that X happened to be, and sure enough, I think it was within a week they moved that X, and instead they took the X and they put it to the opposite so he couldn't go up the brook. And when we
Right.
started talking about it, because he has handprints, he's one of the first people I've ever seen come up with handprints. Fantastic, and we know why that handprint was on a piece of glass. We know the reason why, but the reason why he wasn't allowed up that brook. And I asked him, I said, "Do you have cattails up here? You have swamp here?" He goes, "I do." He goes, "You're acting just like you walked out." I said, "Yeah, that's their food source up there."
Yeah.
You'll hear people say they steal pets and they do this and they do that. Well, you could have some like good ones, bad ones, whatever the case may be. But remember this: we wiped out almost one of their most prominent food sources that all large game animals eat. I'm sure some of you out there know what that is. Back in the 1800s, we wiped it out. We're encroaching on their territory and we're taking their food. We're destroying it because we don't know what it is anymore. We don't eat it. So you're only allowed to be in a certain part of their house. And
Mm.
then probably from there, you're going to be allowed to be going into another part of their house,
Yeah.
you know?
Um, JJ, no worries, brother. I know you having that Wi-Fi issue, and like I said, we'll get you back on here very
Cattails,
soon.
he
And
said. Yeah.
because I'll tell you, I admire JJ's work. Just going out there consistently, well, whenever he can, and
Yeah.
especially being by himself and taking all this data. I thought it's bad enough with just me and Richie, and but yet
Yeah.
this is what we're here for, and that is just the research
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
sharing. And
Is sharing, and
um,
that's exactly what we're doing. Like right now, William's asking me a question that you guys showed, you guys proved. William Nighthawk, he's saying, "Ernie, what do you think of the X? The X represents." Well, you're going to have to take a look at like our own alphabet. I'm going to go with that first as an analogy. A T doesn't mean anything until you put another letter after the T, like an O, then it means two. They can take that X and they can add to that X, and we have seen them add to that X, where they would put down a territory marker on there, like a rectangle on the ground. Okay, and Richie and Wojo have come across that near the gifting chair at one point. Okay, well, all of a sudden, that rectangle appears standing up. Now it means something different. Okay, it means something different. So me personally, what I'm getting at is it can mean several things, but you have to, like what Wojo is saying right now, you have to look at the very subtle things that are surrounding that X. Is there something on the other side of that X? Are they warning you, like they warned Richie and Wojo about the hunter that was in there, to move the gifting chair by using a rectangle and a few other things?
Right.
The deer bones and stuff like that. You have to
Yep.
take all of them, because otherwise you can't read one paragraph out of Moby Dick and know the story. You're going to have to read more than one paragraph, and that's what you have right here. You have one piece of what they're trying to tell you. And I believe that only Richie and Wojo knows what's truthfully in that direction. They probably, if you took a compass bearing, you can look at Michael, the House of Enoch. Okay, he's taken a few of them, and they actually point towards other ones. Okay, and I think it's like a mile or so in between. If you want to walk a mile in that direction through the swamp and stuff, that could link up that way, but you won't know unless you know everything else that's in that area. And these guys, they're actually, that's like home to Richie and Wojo, a very sacred space. And so when they're in there, they notice the subtleties too. Does something get moved? They could probably tell you that there's even another person in there, as a skilled hunter could do, because they go into the same place all the time.
Mhm.
So they're picking up all these little signs and everything. So that X by itself, to me, um, they left it. Okay, what it means, only Richie and Wojo are going to be able to take us on that journey, on that there. Okay, and I think it'll be
Yeah.
kind of surprising since it just happened.
Yeah. Like William says, he was shown is a form of angelic script symbols. And again, as time went on, you're seeing different structures, different symbols, and you try
Right.
to understand. And then I'm starting to like looking them up, on a spiritual, the
Right.
spiritual meaning, why and what it
Exactly.
means, and things like that. And then that's when
Yeah.
it came to feathers and things like that. So
Hmm.
again, it's no matter what, we're always in that learning curve, and that's what which is cool. Sam, you can
Yeah.
go to another picture, hon, or you guys want to do a
Yeah.
Okay.
video, and you guys want a little audio, have your headsets on. Uh, yeah, Jihu, it is a massive puzzle. Everything is a piece. Again, Jihu and Sam are like the OGs here. They've been here from the very beginning, especially when we had our first whoop session, which was like pretty wild,
Mm.
because we were looking at the arches and the X's and much bigger structures where we are now. Um, and they were there for the first whoops, and then a whistle when we're leaving. So it's pretty cool.
And it's still
Sorry, Wojo.
Oh, it's okay.
I didn't know it would play when I clicked on it.
Hey, Kelly Ford, I'm great to see you, bud.
Yeah. Hey, Kelly. Let's see. So everybody get your little earbuds. I'm gonna put that at the bottom so you can hear the audio. And you just let me know, Wojo.
Yep,
Ready?
yep.
Okay.
and it's still not even close. I heard that.
Yeah, play that again so everyone can hear that.
Okay.
And it's still
And if you can
not even
loop.
close.
Oops. Oh, Richie said looping too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that. And it's still not even close. I heard that. I heard that.
We'll hear one more time.
All right.
And it's still not even close.
Did you hear that right after that? You can hear that
Close.
bang?
Mm-hmm.
Ernie?
I heard that.
Listen.
You want me to play it for you again, Ernie?
Yeah, one more time, please.
Okay. Here, I'll play it right there.
I heard that. It's still not even close.
It's right there.
Yeah, I have a problem. I have a problem hearing anyways. I'm
heard
sorry.
What?
I have a problem hearing
I
anyways.
got
You're
I
kind
got
of
it
like
now.
asking a blind man, in this case, a guy that's pretty deaf. Even folks, I do have hearing devices in my ears, but it's very difficult sometimes, 'cause I'm going to pick up all kinds of background.
I
Uh-oh.
keep glitching.
Wojo got mad and left.
I know.
Yeah. Arthur Mills, it's great to see you, bud. I just saw you on here. Thank you for being on here. And I just kind of now I lose the chat, so I can't see what people are saying. So I was saying to Richie, whatever I was saying, I had the staff up to the archway, and then you could hear this this knock or something. And what was cool is Richie heard the same thing, but he thought I hit the tree, and I go, no, I wasn't able to hit that tree because it's still too tall.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that was a start right there of again walking over. What else we got? This
But while you're
segment.
looking for something there, I'd like to answer William Nighthawk's thing on his comment on angelic symbols and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of things that they use. There's a lot of things that they've learned that even languages that they do use. They're in the Sierra sounds. Have that if that X if it was a hooked X, then I'm pretty sure, William, that you would know that that they must have sometime had contact with the Templars. Okay, and are those angelic symbols? So, and I do know this just for everybody and you, William, that there is a case where the person actually put a crucifix on the stump, and that for some reason really disturbed the forest people there. They took that and they jammed it upside down into the stump, and then when these people put it back the right way, they took it and broke it into pieces, trashed it. Okay, so there was something that disturbed that little group right there. So we'll leave that to everybody's imagination tonight. If the wind's blowing and you hear branches breaking, you can.
Sam, what did you think of that sound?
The knock, the
Yeah.
one, the video, it was really loud. Oh my god! Hang on one second, I gotta do something. That was a really loud knock.
It seemed like loud. I mean, it seemed loud to me, and Richie thought it was, possibly like like a soft knock. But I mean,
It was
like
loud on there.
just like what Kurt said, it was like intention.
Yeah.
And yes, to me, it was like an intention because we're paying attention to the arch and the pine tree that is locked in the middle, just hanging. And by the way, and it's surrounded by maple. That's what it was, maple trees. There was no pine trees nearby.
Yeah, you can tell when something's intentional and when it's
Right.
not intentional. Intentional is entirely different. To me, it is, anyways. When you're out in the woods.
Mm. Well, I'm glad you used mashed potatoes there, Saul.
Yeah, he's.
I'm not. Oh no, the mashed potatoes. What's the matter with you, Saul? Using mashed potatoes, right?
It's okay, dude.
I'd have to try. I would have to try it. I would have to try it. I can't. Just.
Yeah.
I grew up
Actually,
hating potatoes.
I mean, it's a strange sound, but JJ, made an interesting point that
Yeah,
it could be a
yeah,
possible chest pop. I mean,
yeah. Could
or
be,
mouth. Yeah, I mean, not
could
sure,
be.
but and
Yeah,
BMO, I've been doing some reading and analysis on Wampanoag grammar and their language. X is used to denote someone unspecified or to represent a first, second, or third person marker in certain contexts.
there you go.
Yeah.
And that's basically how JJ and I use that X markers. Don't go beyond it. JJ made his gifting spot right there by the brook. He was not allowed to cross that brook, and he sat right there for I don't know how long you sat there for, JJ, but when he got back to me, see, I think it was like a week or week and a half, and he went there ritually, and finally that X was removed and it was put behind him, so he couldn't go up the brook, just like exactly what we expected was going to happen. So that's living proof right there. And again, we go back with Richie and Wojo. They notice these little subtle things. Most people would not. They would travel cross that brook and see that X 2 or 3 times and not see it 3 weeks later and say, oh, the wind must have moved it or a beaver got it or something, not thinking to look up that brook or what is up that brook.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So it can be
That's
used. It can be used in several ways, but they'll let you know how they're using it. So you have to look around for the little subtle things that they leave around too, that you
right.
can add to that. I believe that Richie and Wojo can move around at will in that area, pretty much at will in that
Well,
area. It's
that's why,
for
and that's why
others.
Richie will say you got to turn, every branch, every leaf, every
Yes.
rock over to
Yeah.
find,
Yeah.
um,
This past winter, that those tracks you got in the snow, phenomenal, phenomenal. That was a lengthy trackway that you guys found. Really good ones too.
BMO says that based on that, I suggest two Sasquatch made that X. One that always peels the branches and the other does not. Maybe a husband and wife.
Could be.
Interesting. Yeah, that could be. I mean, I never seen a Sasquatch do it, but yeah, yeah, exactly. D who took him away, Sam. Um, well, when Sam comes back, we're gonna play another audio. Um, yeah, BMO. I always notice there's one that's always peeled, and it's funny that you say that. Um, when you see the structures, and you always see one that's peeled off, and when it's peeled off, you know, it gives that nice shine to the wood.
Yeah.
It's like it wants you to catch, it catches your eye, and you kind of wonder, you know, um, what is it what message are they relaying to you,
Yep.
or
Exactly. Winstead, JJ just came back and he gave me the exact time, and this is what we've talked about, and that's what you're kind of saying right or alluding to right here, Wojo. That exit I was just talking about remained there for 3 months, and JJ sat by that spot for 3 months and waited for them to change it, to leave, to do something with that. 3 months. So it takes a lot of time. It doesn't happen. These things don't happen just overnight. And then it
right.
was removed and moved to a different, little bit of a different location. Thanks, JJ.
Yeah, I pay a lot of attention in the woods, especially in the area that we constantly go. And I remember there was an X. So where we usually go in, um, we usually go in when there's the huts and stuff. There's a moat to our left, but on the other side, there's another path that parallels us, and that's when we had our bluff charge, the bluff charge from that area, and that was something. But anyways, going down that path, there was like two X's further down, further away. That was like right in the front of that path, and I remember we haven't been there in a while, and I wanted to show Richie and stuff, and then all of a sudden it was gone, like torn down. But yet you find other newer structures more in the woods when you start like going um where we have the gifting chair, and that's why it's you pay attention to those, to those moments. William says the seven sacred trees: oak, elm, pine, maple, ash. I almost said mashed potatoes. Maple, ash, willow, and walnut. Sacred, wild, edible, blackberry, blueberry, pawpaw, pine cone, wild grape, ginseng, strawberry, and wild apple, just to name a few. Yes.
That's it. That's interesting, William, because I want people to take note of that when you're looking at something, is just the first couple of words. Everything that you find with these forest people is spiritual, sacred, and that's exactly what William just put on there. Seven
Right.
sacred trees.
Hmm.
Okay, everything that they do is related specifically towards things that are spiritual and sacred.
All right. So in this audio, me and Richie were sitting down. I had the phone aiming behind me because we kept hearing walking. So when I put it back, I mean, I didn't put the video out, but you can hear the audio. Go ahead, Sam. And this is what we heard down the river.
The hell is that? The hell is that? The hell is that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, can you guys hear that? Anybody give me a thumbs up?
Very,
Kurt, are you out there, buddy?
very faint.
The hell is that? The hell is that?
Yeah, so we heard like it was just like it almost sounded like like a human, like high pitch down, down the river, and because we started hearing, we heard a huff, like a huff, and then it sounded like a dog, like way ahead of us across the river, and that's when things started like taking off of again with thanks, brother. Um, to hear the different type of vocals. And I noticed the more high pitched sounds I never heard before. It's pretty wild. Um, but I try to catch these audios for you as best I can because we
Are
did
those
have a lot of.
audios that recently, Wojo?
Yes, this
Is
was. When
okay.
did we go out there? When did me and Richie go out there?
It was
Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Saturday.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We
Um,
talked about that though, as they get more acclimated to you and you to them and stuff, is they know when you're coming in, and Steve and his wife, they experience that just as they're walking in, particularly when they're going towards the gifting chair, because they know that they're gonna Steve and his wife are gonna leave them something. They'll get excited. They'll
yes.
let you know that they're there for sure.
They were doing that quite a bit. Real quick, before we go to the next picture, BMO says Wampanoag culture regards trees and nature as spiritual with specific species like the white oak and cedar as special for respectively community councils and spiritual healing or protective purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
BMO brings it. I love it. Um,
Z-Sun
oh,
wants you to play it.
yeah, go ahead. Let's play it. Let's play it a couple more times, and then we'll move
Yeah.
on.
The hell is that?
Yeah, I could hear something in the background right after that dog bark. Right there.
The hell is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting. Knocks and grunts is what JJ says.
Mhm. Yeah. So we'll go to the next one now,
Okay.
Sam.
All right.
And it's kind of good for Sam too to listen to these sounds because
Yeah.
you never know what
Let's
you
see.
hear.
All right. Let me see. Did we played? Okay. All right. This is the one. This is I'm trying to keep.
It's okay.
Oh! Oh!
Ooh, that's what it did. It's like, ooh. And then I did another
Oh!
one after that. And then we heard it again. But again, it was tough with the wind, but it was in a different spot. That's why you could see me. I was like pointing down the across the river to our left.
Oh!
Sorry. I don't know. That was weird. Did you see that on your end, Wojo?
What's that?
Where it said shut the joined over. I heard the little beep and then it said, I don't know. I thought maybe Richie was, I don't know, trying to join or something.
Yeah, because Richie was like, it sounded like it was saying ooh like that. Exactly. That's why I did that sound because that's exactly what we heard. Yeah,
Yep.
ooh, but it was like a high. You can hear the high pitch, and that's why it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, PMO. He just hit on just what we were just talking about. That's exactly what people who have them on their property are experiencing as they walk into the woods. That's them exhibiting that they're excited. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that you guys are coming.
Right.
Yeah, Dee Dee, her cat heard that and puffed up and tried to murder my cat. Sorry,
That's
Dee
funny.
Dee. Send me the bill.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Okay.
what else do we have? I think we're getting
Um,
towards the river because
there
that's
there
where.
was some yeah, there was like a couple of vertical pictures
Yeah,
that, or there was three. So here's one that you sent.
yeah. Because now we started going down to the inlet, and that's what's important. All right. So I'll leave that right there. Um, so we go to the inlet, Ernie, where we found the fish, and we found,
Yeah.
Richie like noticed where the slide was, and then you can see the sticks following that slide.
Oh,
And hey, there he is.
What? Oh, hey, you seem so small. Can you blow him
yeah.
up?
I yeah.
Ah,
Can you blow yourself up, Richie? I knew I saw something pop up and it said shut the, and I was like, what was that? And then yeah, I had okay.
yeah. So Ernie, we're going to like the sticks now, and I'll tell you, it was um, to see that First of all, I didn't find the fish. There were no bones. There was no scales. There was none of that. But I did find a large deer vertebrae there. And
When?
so it's like
Just
telling
recently?
me, yeah, that's during that same day because that bone
Oh,
was not there before. Can you hear us, Rich?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, yeah, it's the volume. Um, so yeah, so me and Richie, like we went down and so we go right to the river. Now we're at the mouth. And I could see branches pushed down to the water right at the entrance of the mouth of the river. And to my left there's a big, huge log that kind of like blocks that little Snake River, the inlet. So I'm saying to myself, they're concentrating on this area, and the area is where the river and the inlet meet, and that's where it's all starting right there. And I feel that this is like their, you know, feeding ground, possibly. I mean, you're at night, you can probably catch the moon. I mean, um, There was tons
You
of
mean
BS.
you
What's
mean
that?
the ambiance is really nice there? It's very romantic.
It's very romantic, believe me. I'm sure two of them are probably up there holding hands, eating fish together, having a snack of a deer. Um,
Oh,
so, Richie was up there, and we found like a little huttish, like a nice, like cool spot where the holly tree is, and
mm,
it's beautiful because there's a log you can kind of sit down right there. If you watch the live guys, Richie was sitting down, and I am down at the inlet itself, and I'm looking in the pool of water, and I can just see that sticks float. You throw a stick in the water, it floats. You got pine trees that are perfectly clean, like I mean clean, and they're floating, except for I look down and I see two of them stuck in the mud. Okay. And I just said to myself, man, if I was a fisherman, that would be like more of like a shiner. When the silver things that you just throw in the water and you reel it right in quick, and the reflection attracts
right,
the fish. So I looked it up on the, I just looked it up, and about pines being in the water, and it did say that they can use them for bait. They'll catch, they'll attract the fish, and that's what we saw. A lot of those sticks at the mouth, um, and it was pretty cool to see. And again, other branches, other trees down right there, where to me possibly draw the bugs, and maybe it'll bring fish there, and maybe they can, the bugs like go in the water right there, and they feed them, and one way of going fishing, because again, we did find that one fish that had a hole in its side. So
right.
yeah, oh man, yeah, Richie's audio. Um,
Yeah, I can't.
so yeah, so I'm showing Richie like, yeah, we're gonna stick in the ground. And then he looks over, he goes, yeah, he goes, look at that footprint, right on the right in the inlet. This is what we found right here. You can easily see the toes and stuff. And
Yeah,
yeah, and
and
it
that's
was a
exactly
great
what you
find.
guys were looking for. You were looking for more proof because we last time we talked on one of your shows with people, some people were thinking, well, it's probably a beaver, and well, we do know because we talked to people who really know this stuff, and they'll travel up to 3 miles. So you guys had to eliminate the beavers in this net, and you got more proof right there. You got a footprint right by where you found the fish gone, and you got a footprint right there.
Mm,
So they're definitely using that right there.
yeah. You know, um, ow, that was my toe. My dog. Uh, Kurt
Let's see if I
says
can help Richie. Hang on.
it wouldn't surprise me also if they would catch a fish to use that one as bait to catch a bigger one also. Maybe that one is left behind wasn't enough, but couldn't stay longer to catch another. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, um, I'm not too familiar of what type of fish are around, and so on and so forth, at on that river. But I know like there it is like a heron run, and
Right,
you know um, a lot of
right.
sand.
And it was truthfully, it was fairly good size. So for just one of us alone, you or I or even Richie, two of them would have been a meal with a little bit of greenery or whatever and stuff. So they don't have to catch 100 of them.
Uh, Mo says some people that go barefoot a lot lift the two small toes naturally when going over rough terrain to protect them. Yeah, yeah. I mean, um, you know, it, it's kind of cool that we didn't find any other tracks around. So, again, they could be walking in the water for all we know,
Sure,
and
they have been
cover their
known to do
tracks.
that.
Yeah,
Yep,
covering tracks,
absolutely.
knowing that we're there.
going in, and coming out the other side too. They've been known to do that. Wade right through water.
Use the Schwartz, Richie. Yeah. Hopefully, Richie will get on. Yeah, I mean, again, these sticks, um, when Richie found the slide, again, it was a big, a big, huge pine tree, but it was, what I'm talking about is that the bottoms was hanging over the log, and it was picked. You can see a couple of the branches was picked, but it wasn't broken off that large branch. It was like, pretty cool. Yeah, BMO. I mean, that's what I was thinking too. But I mean, I don't know. Me and Richie should go. Yeah, I noticed the large toe. Like, yeah, exactly. JJ. When Richie's got other pictures that he took. Sam, if you can go to the next picture.
Be
JT, it's
safe,
always
Tom.
great to see you, man. Many blessings, pal. Now, in this picture, um, well, I was on the other side of the inlet, and Richie was heading towards um, the gifting chair, and I was trying to, work my way around. But I'll tell you, it's deep stuff in there. It's pretty muddy, and so I was on a massive log, and I was trying to go to the other side. But then I looked down, and if you look closely, I mean, you can see the heel. You can barely see the toes on this guy, but it was deep. It had to be a good inch and a half, 2 inches deep, and that wasn't by us.
How big would you say that track is, Wojo?
If I remember, 16,
Okay.
16 by 5 by 6. I think that's what it was. Um, but again, it was a different size. Richie could probably remember the other size.
Yeah.
I think it was the other one was roughly like maybe the 14 possibly. I can't remember.
Really?
There's,
Okay.
there's the good thing is to see different size tracks, going along this creek. And I think that this is a good area, and I think Richie did a great job of finding this gifting tree and using this like a bowl of a rock. And before we left, Richie goes, "Hey, check this out. What's in that rock?" And I'm looking. I'm like, I wonder if it's the red maple blossoms. So they gave it as a gift. There were two of them, but they were just colored. It wasn't red anymore. It's been sitting there for a while. Hey, Zuli, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's um, to be gifted like that. Again, I found that like really cool. And
Yeah.
before they would throw that bowl down on the ground like it's just nothing. But now they leave it there for a reason. And I think it's gifting back, and that's a great sign.
This is a
Um,
rock. This is a rock or a stone that's kind of shaped like a bowl, like concave, or is that what you're
yeah,
describing here?
it's
Really?
oh my God, it's like different type. I forgot what Richie said what it was. Man, I wish he was able to get on here and
Like
explain
maybe
that.
quartz or something? We'll let
I
Richie
can't
explain
remember.
it. Let me ask you this, Wojo, because this past winter you got some tracks. Are any of the tracks that you're finding right now, like this 16-inch track here? I think you said 16, but 16-inch track, anyways. Did you come up this past winter in the snow? And are you getting basically? I'm saying, are you getting the same tracks here? basically the same size tracks, within an inch, we'll say, as
Mhm.
to you are. Okay, so it's the same ones. They're probably
Um,
female.
as like the other area that we go to, because the other
Yeah,
area from where we are, okay, it's the same river.
right,
Um, and I would say we're on the opposite side where the folly is.
right.
And um, yeah, I mean, so you're talking about 2.5 miles away.
Okay, that's not that far.
Thank you, William. We appreciate you, man. Um, yeah,
It's not that far.
there's been like because there's so many numbers in my head. We've been having like
Yeah,
different sizes here too, and I think Richie would rate
right,
that better than I can.
right. Yeah,
Um, yeah,
I don't
because
understand.
that's a good sign though. I mean, to see you know, like you said, roughly the inch and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, Jenny,
Significant.
it's like a clear quartz. Yeah, it was like Richie said.
Really,
It's like different rock. Yeah, I can't. It's a
really. I see.
cool
I
rock.
see.
I wish I took a
Wow,
picture.
wow. Quartz. Wow. Okay, that blows my mind. Quartz. Wow.
Yeah, Zuli, that was approximately 16 inches. Yeah, like 16 by 5. Um, but again, it's the mud and it's like a give and take. I mean, um, and just looking down at this picture, I was just like, whoa, because the depth, um, the darkness caught my eye. I'm like, well, I wasn't on that side the last time, so I know none of us
It
like got
doesn't.
anything
It
like that.
doesn't
I didn't
really
see
look
any
dry.
ridges or nothing. I could just see the toes like towards the top. But
Yeah,
Tim, you
it
want to
Is-
go
doesn't
to the
look.
next picture? If we have any
Isn't
more,
the isn't the biggest track you guys have found is like 18 inches, right?
yeah, it was
I
like
believe you said that. Yeah.
yeah, 18 inches by 8.5. That's the
Let's see.
biggest one.
Now it's this one. Okay.
Yeah, Rich, yeah, JJ loves your perseverance. I just waved the white flag in these tech issues. Yeah,
I know JJ had trouble too. He had no audio, and I've been trying to help Richie, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what
yeah,
it could be.
um, yeah. This is I mean, this picture's a cool picture. You can see the toes
Yeah.
clearly right
Hmm.
there. Yeah, there was another. Yeah, there was like several different. I think there was like 3 or 4 different tracks that we found going along this creek. So
Mm.
again, it's cool that you know finding these tools. Yeah, BMO. By the way, I did remind Richie. I go, BMO did say you're stealing all their tools. Richie's like, look at the size of these sticks. I mean, like literally like the size of your pinky. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the thickness. I mean, if not thinner. And it was pretty cool. How many toes? I never really counted because I was on the other side trying to measure them, and I didn't. Richie, this is from Richie's photo, but it does look like 5 or 6. I gotta zoom in. I gotta zoom in because now you got me curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it does look like 6 toes. BMO. How about this, Sam? Can you like make that bigger, or you probably can't? You don't
You'll have
have
to save that.
the.
You have to save that. Put that up on the big screen, the green
Yeah.
screen with
Yeah.
Richie.
Well. Yeah. Yeah. If you, I don't know if you can. Yeah, she
So
probably
I'm
can't
only really
zoom in.
seeing 5 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We got to remember that picture um, on the big screen. Yeah. Um, I found this is a long time ago, like a three-toed.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a three-toed foot it was a small one. It was about I think it
Hmm.
was like 6 inches by like 3 or something like that, and I'm like, it was clearly like three-toed.
Hmm.
Hey, TM Drake, great to see you, bud.
The
Um,
three-toed track, how long was it? Do you remember? Like, let's
uh,
say
I would say
eight
like five.
inches,
No, it was like I don't know why, like I'm saying five, in my mind.
5 inches long,
Yeah,
5, 6 inches long. Well,
yeah,
maybe you should think of it like this. I don't know where it was located, particularly if it was around the skunk cabbage. Um, it was down on its knuckles. It was using its pointer finger, middle finger, and next finger down, curled over like you would put it down almost like a fist, like you could hold yourself up. Like I can't do it with my fingers anymore, but anybody can
yeah.
see that. But just like that, put that into the ground. Could be.
Because
Particularly,
where that was located, not like literally
mm,
like not that far away, I found bones scattered of a deer. The jaw was
mm.
just like it was just everywhere. I mean, it was
Oh, really?
yeah, it
Okay.
was a lot of bones. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I have an old picture of that. Let me, excuse me, Zuli. Do you think it's three-toe? Could have been a dog man. It didn't show any claws, so um, yeah. I mean, I remember the that picture, and just yeah. Yeah. Restream sucks. Must be a sign to stay in my hidey hole. Keep climbing. Um, yeah, but yeah. So again, this is a great investigation. Towards the end, like Dihula, a while back, I think it was like Sally's episode, and she's like, when we lost Juice to Richie's phone, and she's like, "Did you guys see or hear anything?" And we did. Um, we we heard walking. Richie possibly thought he saw, a shadow that just kept going like this, and he kept telling me about it. And can you get on with this phone? Um, uh,
He could try.
Do you think that
yeah,
maybe Restream only allows you to have one or two guests
You
at a
should be able
time?
to have. You should be able to have
Right.
how many you want.
Particularly
Um,
on your platform, yeah.
yeah, which I
mm,
told him. I said I can go back. Like I can go back out, and then you come in and see if it would make a difference. But
And you already tried that and it wouldn't do it, hey?
he he,
yeah,
he
yeah. I'd love to get you and Lois out here. It is so beautiful,
Oh,
Ernie,
you're
and
talking to me? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd like to get you guys out here. I mean, I've been having such great conversations with the people across the road because we're helping out the neighbor there, kind of like a barn raise and everything. So we've been doing a lot of talking on the going ons in the area. You know, they laugh a little bit because I mean, it is an extreme area. The hills, I'm going to call them hills right now, but they're just drop offs. You're talking straight drop offs, like a couple 100 feet, and you might not know that, until you get really right up close with it. Like we've got 5 chickens right now. We used to have 40 where we used to live, but we have 5, and they all got lost yesterday because just behind our house, it's steep right there, and they couldn't find each other. And one would go up look for the rest of the group and come down, or stay up there, and somebody else would come down from the group. And finally, they found each other. But that's when you're walking through forest like this down here, you don't know what's on the ground, and that's what they
yeah,
tell me. These
JJ.
people.
I'm sorry, I just noticed
That's all
JJ
right.
wants because me and Richie, when we spoke to JJ last time, like
Yeah,
him and Big Daddy Andy, have them hook up and then drive out to our area. And I love and honored to, show you
yeah.
our area too,
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
JJ is absolutely one of the greats. I see so many people getting credit for like having the handprints that we were getting into there. Uh, haven't seen a better handprint than what JJ
yeah,
has come up with on glass. Some of the things that has happened, his vocalizations, we were able to match them with Richie and Wojo's, which is, you know, really unheard of. People have a lot of these vocalizations, but when you're having basically the same thing going on in two different locations and nobody knows each other,
right,
that's just phenomenal. And what JJ what has happened to him and his family over the course of years is just amazing. It's just amazing. And that's where you guys are right now too. He's
right.
seen him peeking behind trees, and that's exactly like the pictures you guys got, peeking from behind a tree, and a lot of reports that peeking from behind a tree.
Mm.
Mine, I don't know. He just decided to curse my life.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, BMO says swaying side to side in the woods is a natural technique used to improve
sure,
vision and depth perception, often
yeah,
referred to as using motion paraflight. You know, BMO, like when Richie, like, because again, you can hear snappage, and I'm like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? This is like on our way out, and we kept saying, hey, we don't have the phone on, we're here, stuff, our technology is off, come see us and what have you, and yet they're there. It's just that again, it's a matter of time when they're ready. Again, we just keep presenting you guys evidence that we can, and do what we can, and you know, um,
yeah.
and just see where we
Presenting the
have.
truth. Yeah, yeah. That's what you guys are doing. That's why I love you.
Hey, Arrow, I
Truthfully.
recently had an amazing interaction in Northeast Oklahoma. Nice, nice. Yeah, there's a lot happening like all over the United States and Oklahoma. I mean, we have our friend Brian Terrell from Red Cryptids, and especially dogman sightings. That's the main thing. A lot of dogman, and we're still learning with that, and um, it's pretty wild. I'm not there yet with the dogman, but um, yeah, there is activity so many places along the
Yeah,
Arkansas River in Oklahoma.
there
Yeah,
is. There's
because again,
Kimakichis.
it's your geological location. It's the ecosystem that you have around us, and
Mhm.
I love to get Sam and the family up here, and you guys would be like, "This is wild." The kids
I
would be
would
like,
love that. I would
"Yeah,
love it.
oh my God!" You'd be like, "Wow,
Wow. Yeah.
it's pretty cool."
The woods of Massachusetts are just amazing on how many different
Oh,
types of forests there are, and when
right.
you get in there, there's just some beautiful, beautiful areas. It's like going to some sections are like going to a completely different state.
Oh, wow.
In the terrain.
Yeah.
This down here is crazy. We have what they call kuju, kudzu, a Japanese plant, because when
Ah.
they did all the coal mining down here,
Mhm.
they promised that they would turn the land back the way that it looked,
Mm,
but nobody knew how they were going to do that, so they got away with it, and they put this invasive vine species plant here
mhm.
that nothing will eat it except probably a goat, or
Yeah.
they claim that you can do it too, but I mean it grows so fast. It's
It covers everything.
overnight.
We have it here. It
It's
covers
Yeah,
it's
everything.
right.
completely, and that's what I'm referring to is when you're walking through the woods here, you don't have that in Massachusetts. Massachusetts, you can go someplace and you can just lay down on a bunch of pine needles and fall asleep in the woods. It's so by a babbling brook. It's so peaceful. Down
Right.
here, I don't know, man. You got well. One of the guys is down here because we get our chicken feed off of him. He has a big feeder out there. Okay, I mean a big feeder. So it probably weighs like probably 200 pounds. And they started talking about a bear up in there. There's a couple of bear not far from where I am right now.
Mhm.
And this thing grabbed his feeder and dragged the whole feeder off. So this,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, and they said it's going to weigh 400 plus pounds. Well, I'm thinking it's probably closer to 500 pounds to do
Oh,
that.
wow.
But they've had some weird stuff down here. As a matter of fact, where I get my chicken feed from, it's called Steel, the Haunted Steel Holler. And it's a barn that was built on top of a coal mine that collapsed, killed a lot of people in there. And they got this documented with the ghosts, the people who do the paranormal and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, people are scared stiff to go in there. They brought me in there with me not wanting to go in there. Okay, probably a couple of weeks ago, and I said, "Well, if we got to, let's go in there." And they got a coffin in there and everything else. But it was like, I'm just sharing this with you guys. They had in one of their they bring groups up by the busloads up there, and I mean it's really spooky just going up in there because you're going miles back into the Kentucky hollers here. And anyways, the Ghostbuster team, I'll call them, that was with them, that was doing a thing there that day. They were inside, and some of the people going there were on the outside, just starting to come through. And a little girl walked up to the lady that was taking the tickets, the money and stuff, and she said, "So and so is a murderer." And she goes, you should wait right here. You can't go in. You should wait right here. And the little girl kind of got mad at her. Well, it turned out, this is no lie, that there indeed was a murderer there. And it was one of the guys that was on the paranormal team. And the cops investigated it because the little girl even said her name. She was the one that was murdered.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh, okay, that's
You know what I'm
intense.
saying? So,
Oh
so when they
wow!
said, so when they said, Ernie, you gotta go in here. I'm like, man, I don't do well. Native American people don't do well with spooks. Okay, we just don't. I don't anyways. So I'm like, man, you got one flashlight. I don't have a flashlight. I don't even have a pocket knife on me. I don't have anything. They know that it's a lot of snakes and everything. You want me going to this old haunted barn, big barn that is definitely haunted, and then top that off, right there on the property, they have like this pig pen. If anybody's familiar with the old-fashioned pig pens, the slats on them are real thick, and they go up, so the pig's like 5 feet or better. Then there's a little opening. Well, something got in, reached in there over that, grabbed a 150-pound pig, broke its neck, and pulled it through. No scratch marks on the wood, no nothing around. When they yeah, and they could
Yeah.
not find tracks, and these are skilled hunters. These are skilled hunters. They said it was not a bear. Well, guess what? Within 1 mile of that, about a month later, it happened again with somebody within 1 mile of that to their pig too.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
god!
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's scary. That's scary.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
want to,
Um,
and you'll hear herpetologists tell you that a copperhead snake only is like 2 feet or whatever. No, no, no. They're, to try 48 inches is the biggest one that the guy across the road from me that I'm helping out got. 48 inches, and I have to weed whack my brook between my house, the road, and then he's on the other side of the road, and that's like almost 100 yards. And I got big boots on when I go down through there, and I have to tell you, I'm thinking about carrying a handgun when I go down.
Yeah.
I have to do it. I
Yeah.
have to do it because I don't want anything slithering up on me.
Wow.
I don't give a frog's fat butt. I'd be dressed up as a knight, like all armor. I
Well,
could.
we can.
No
Well, when you
way
come
am I.
down here, we will put you in that brook,
Oh,
and I'll
hell no.
stand. I'll stand on the little troll bridge. I got a little bridge that crosses over the brook in one spot, so I can go get my mail and stuff. I'll stand on the troll bridge. What was that? Cool Hand Luke, where you shake the bush, and I'm up there with the rifle. You just keep shaking the bush. I'll sit up there.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh
And
real.
if you see a little girl, walking around telling you there's a murderer, get out of the brook.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Oh my god.
Um, oh, God. Real quick.
Yeah.
Bounty. To answer your question, peel sticks from the same type of trees. Yes. They've been peeling the pine and only the pine. We do have, maple, elm, hemlock. I mean, we have other trees there, but they're just not going for those. They're just using specifically pine. And now I'm understanding, um, why. And just from the shine, and hopefully it's like attracting fish for bait. And that's what I'm gathering. And let me see, real quick was Arrow. Arrow asked, "Have you ever experienced the mind speak after having an interaction?" Um, mind speak yet? For me, I don't know. Um, I guess like intuitions, I don't know, something tells me to like look this way, and then if I'm looking this way for a long time, I say to myself, "Why?" And then you just see like a large shadow, just like jump, and I'll never forget that because I don't know I know exactly what I saw, but I just can't explain it. And including Richie too. Um,
Mm.
we've also brought our friend Susan Ahern, who is a psychic happy medium, and they speak to her. And I would just say that speaking through the mind, no, but as of like kind of like something draws you to someplace, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, these woods is like very, very energetic. We
Yeah.
do have now at Richie's place, it's just a lot of water. I mean, water to me is energy, and
Mm-hmm.
Um, but at the other place, we do have power lines. There's one thing about southeastern Massachusetts, because where I work, I have to travel around, and I'll tell you, this you see structures everywhere right off the road, pinwheels to runes to everything. And a lot of people just don't know. They're just walking their dogs and just driving by and what have you. But there's a lot of power lines everywhere, a lot of water sources around. So, and this is why that in our part of the world in Massachusetts that there is a lot of activity because there is a page that I noticed, the Bridgewater Triangle page, um, the um, that not too far away from us that someone saw supposedly, two large creatures that, she was just driving by and she sees these two large, very large beings and couldn't explain. And so there are people out there that, you know, seeing things, can't unexplainable stuff, but I think people are afraid to really have this discussion. And this is why that, you know, me and Richie that we try to put New England on the map because we have the Vogel brothers out in Western Mass, Tyler heading out to like Worcester, um, which is unique because again, we've been out to Western Mass, again, different, you know, um, ecosystems compared to what we have. There's more hills, there's rivers and things like that, mountains in Western Mass, but you don't see many tree structures and things like that compared to what we have. More more forestry in our area, but it's also also swamp and it's more flat. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is why it's unique. We have Martin up in New Hampshire, Wes. He's having his stuff up there. If you speak to Wes one of these times, Ernie, I'll tell you, he's got some amazing stuff.
Cool.
He's a Massachusetts native, and then he moved up to. Am I growing a mustache? No, I'm not. I think this is stress, Steve. I haven't
He's gonna
shaved
hook.
and I was all stressed out.
He
Um,
should hook up with Winstead Wildman, JJ. Maybe get together and go visit you. I have a question for you, Wojo, and for something everybody could contribute to here is I used to be very familiar with the Deadly Nightshade family, okay, and like Monk's Hood, things like that. And there is one plant that grows around brooks and streams in Massachusetts that Native Americans used to use. It's a narcotic, and it's illegal to use, and you can throw it in the water and it'll knock the fish out, and it'll knock them right out. I mean, I wouldn't broadcast it or anything like that, but I'm thinking, because you know how my mind thinks. I'm thinking on, you get yourself a crystal rock that's kind of like a bowl or something, because I find it unusual that they transport anything like that, but they could be using something that's very sacred. And that crystal just happens to be related to something that I do know of. But I'm wondering if they're taking it and grinding it up and throwing it in there, because a lot of plants now that are kind of invasive fall into that category, and they tell you people it might look like another plant. Don't touch it at all. It's not like poison ivy. Just don't touch. Just don't touch it. Don't get it near
Right.
your eyes or anything. It will blister your skin within seconds. But I'm wondering if you have anything like that that's growing around those little puddles of water, I'll call them, off the brooks. What I'm
I
saying?
haven't noticed anything like that.
Because they could be
But
making like a fish trap by putting the sticks in there also, luring the fish in there, and they don't have to knock them in the head or even spear them if they don't want to. I would think they would know about that, but you would find that under indigenous um, plants used by the native people and stuff. And I do know somebody just said bittersweet
no, yeah,
bittersweet
this
nightshade.
is DMO. He's
Okay,
awesome, man.
GMO. Hey man, you are. That's cool. Yeah, race fine. Yeah, vine fish. Yep, yep. Okay, that's got to be it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. I don't recommend anybody messes with it. I hope you don't even find it. It's hard to find those plants anyways, because they changed the names of them. They're no longer in the Latin that you think that they would be in. It took me quite a while to find them and understand deadly nightshade, and that's
Yeah,
one of
you
them
do,
that
man.
they would. That's one of them that they would throw in the water and it would knock fish out. You couldn't even put it in a pond and knock the fish right out and just take them right off the top as they float to the top.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
You
That's
know, and then just stick it with a stick or whatever. Just pull it out the rest of the way so you don't leave tracks or whatever. Yeah, yeah,
That's
no, you
interesting.
never know because again, we're missing some
could be,
Richie's crystal rocks, and they could be using that for anything. And
could
Yeah.
um,
be, could be. If there's
mm,
something in that crystal rock that they left in a crystal rock, what is it?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
They could be
maybe.
using it for something.
Well, Tim Vogel should probably know a lot about those.
Oh, he
Uh,
would. He knows a lot
yeah.
about edible plants, and therefore he must know a lot about poisons. I mean, I myself, back in the Boy Scouts and everything, that's when Yule Gibbons was still around. And I
Mm,
remember going for a merit badge, and Tim Vogel laughs about this when I told him this, because I just so wanted that merit badge, and I didn't know anything about it. It was the day we were doing a jamboree. I said, I want that merit badge, and so I talked to one of the other people in the Boy Scouts, Scoutmaster, or whatever. And he said, the basic thing you have to know is you boil it for like an hour or so, and then you take just a tiny, tiny little bit and see if your stomach gets upset. So I said, I can get the merit badge. So who's going to test me is Yule Gibbons. And he comes over, and I've got these, I don't know, I had like 5 or 6 plants. And he said, what are you going to do with that? And I told him that. He goes, what do you do with that one? I told him the same thing. He said, what about that one? I told him the same thing. I get to the 5th plant, and he looks at me and he goes, you're going to starve to death because you can't go around boiling. He said
yeah.
every plant you just picked was poisonous.
Oh
So
my God.
so if I
Wow.
pick it, don't eat it.
Oh my God.
So
One last thing I will say before I wrap it
I
up.
learned.
Arrow said
Yeah.
that you know I've been zapped. Richie's been zapped. Well, Richie got zapped hard. Infrasounds. You could do infrasound fishing. I mean, that's kind of an interesting. I mean, well,
Sure.
would I wouldn't doubt that because of the infrasound's strong. It's something that they do, and I'll tell you,
Yeah.
it freezes you. But then again, just imagine if they're going fishing. I mean, can they do it to the
Sure.
fish?
Well, Tim
Mm.
just came
Anything.
back. Mullen seeds are another one.
Well,
And he actually knows. And they're illegal to fish with.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yule Gibbons.
Well,
Yes, I remember. Who doesn't?
mm, well, I just want to thank everybody for being on here. And thank you for understanding where I'm coming from. And
Yeah.
I just want you guys to know that we truly love you guys. And
Yes.
I'll tell you, we're going to continue this journey together. We're going to continue to be positive, okay? And like I said, time for healing for everybody. Because you know what? Um, there are no winners out of this, none. And so just remember, be good to others. Don't be
Yeah.
lazy. Serve the Lord enthusiastically. That's why I use Romans 12:11 because it's very important that we treat each other good and be respectful. Ernie, I'd like to thank you very much for being on. Sam, like
I enjoyed it.
the lovely Sam. I mean, look at the hair. Like she's like, hey, thank you.
Hey, yeah.
Sam does a wonderful job. So check Sam out, and Sam's pretty paranormal at 9 o'clock. Sam, you got anything going on before we wrap it up?
This Friday may be a little different, maybe not. It's in the works, so we'll see. But there will be something on Friday.
Yeah. Sam's very hard worker, and I'll tell you, she does a great job. She does a great job for everybody and
Thank
families.
you, Wojo. Thank
She's
you.
a hard worker and very respectful.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
we're not going to have Banter with Richie B on Saturday, not until Richie comes back. So we're going to do a little Saturday hiatus. That there we can, spread our legs and, did I say spread our legs?
Oh, maybe not.
Wow, what the hell is that?
Whoa!
Just, spread ourselves
wrong with
out to
you?
relax and, USA and take a little time off and enjoy the weekends before we start getting busy again.
Yeah.
Because we do have the Chime Fair Farm on the 26th of June in Candia, New Hampshire, where me and Richie will be doing the emceeing. Well, actually, Richie's the lead guy doing that because he does an awesome job. Oh my God! Don't laugh, guys, because I'm embarrassed for that comment.
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, screw you, Tyler. Oh man. Yeah, exactly, Arthur. Yeah, so with the Chime Fair Farm, Candy, New Hampshire. And by the way, Tyler, you should go up there too. You're a local guy. Tyler, I'm telling you, it's squatchy as heck up there. And Richie does a great job emceeing up there, and bringing Miss Jean Tewksbury will be up there with her husband Stan. There'll probably be speakers up there, including Martin. And yeah, we're just gonna have a grand old time. And
yeah.
I think I covered about everything. All I can say is I want to thank this all to Jack, baby Jack. And I know Richie's not here, but I'm going to do it for him because if it wasn't for Jack and for Richie and for Jesse and the family, we all wouldn't be here all together as a family. And I just want you guys to know it's the 26th, Tyler, 26th of June. And don't forget that. We'll keep reminding you. I hope you do come up there, brother. I want you to come up. You can hang out with us and go squatching, real squatching. So we'll have some fun. That we brought us all together here for this journey, and I cannot thank enough for Richie and Jesse. So and Sam and you, Ernie, and all you guys out there, we love you very much. JJ, I'll get back to you. We'll get you back on here. So, the baby Jack, we love you, man. Ella, we see you. Also, we're gonna play a treat at the very end.
Let me get it. Let me get it.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
We're gonna play. Well, this is for JJ. JJ had a buddy of his made a lovely song. I love that song.
Yeah.
Do you love it, Ernie? It's catchy. And
I do.
I had Sam
do.
heard, she's like, wow, that's pretty catchy.
Mm-hmm.
So you got that?
I'm gonna share the screen so I can play it for everyone.
All right.
All right.
So we're gonna play that, guys, and I just want to thank you all again. We love you, and remember, we are still home of the boom. See you next time. You got it, JJ. I got you.
Can you guys hear it?
No. There we go.
There you go.
Well, now, out in the pines where the tall trees lean, ain't everything exactly what it seems. You walk that road You feel that breeze like something moving through the trees. Yeah, the unknowns, the unknowns, out where the wild things roam. You don't see them, but you ain't alone. Out in the pines with the unknown. Up near Winston, dirt road bends. Tracks show up, then they just end. Hair on bark, sounds at night. Step too close, they slip from sight. Yeah, the unknowns, the unknowns, out where the tall grass grows. You don't hear 'em till it's too close. Out in the pines with the unknown. Now J.J. Messenger walks that line, notebook full and a sharp-eye mind. Shroud of Torrington, he wrote it down. What's been hiding around this town? He's heard 'em call, he's seen the signs. Something living just out of time. Yeah, the unknowns, the unknowns, don't need proof to be known. You can chase 'em, but they won't be shown. Out in the pines with the unknowns. Are they flesh or something else? Are they shadows or something felt? Step real quiet, don't make a sound. You might not be the only one around. Yeah, the unknowns, the unknowns, out where the wild things roam. You don't see 'em, but you ain't alone. Out in the pines with the